Hello and welcome to the Pirate King Plays Genshin Impact. Where last we left our heroes, we dealt with a cooking contest of some sort back in Fontaine, and now we have returned all the way to Mondstadt for a trial. And well, we'll figure out what happened with Albedo. We know he didn't do it. He didn't kill these guys. But we knew he had a clone or some sort of weird business with that. I forgot to do these before I started up. So we're going to find out the truth. Okay. And we were just invited up to Star Snatch Cliff for some reason. I think this is there. Oh. When was this wind here? Thought I was going to have to climb. But no, this is... I think they put it here directly for the quest. Oh, hello. You're why we're here. Betty also isn't voiced. Okay. Arlok, Paimon. I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Dahlia, right. The deacon of the church, I believe, who we only just met as part of this trial.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is,
Wow, Paimon.
what?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados.
You're standing right
You're
next
not
to
going
me.
to forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Okay, so he does know. That's good. Most people don't know that Venti is Barbados.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Ha! Well, I knew from the moment Rheindotter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Cried Prince, a perfect specimen... okay, nope, hold on. The Cried Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage in the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even through Windbloom. Even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. Ah, if only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have my help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold!
Ooh! Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dota communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
Well, we're all pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. Okay. We have a request from the Archon himself to help with this case.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed, your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados? Serious? You give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the Animal Archon.
Is that so? I wonder what Barbados thinks about that. Perhaps you should pray to him to find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
Fucking... I've never gotten Venti, really. And the fact that the Archon is treated so differently in each nation... Like, they're supposed to be gods. But... some of them certainly aren't like that. And the Pyro Archon is a human. Enter in this specific circumstance. Oh, I forgot to look up her voice. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone. But Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? Private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Warlock, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's almost time for you to get involved. It's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? Or... we'll just say that. No, we'd like you to launch an investigation of your own. I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. Looking at the case on my own. I know you got to the bottom of this, Arlok. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you. Oh my god, we actually get to go to the second floor? For the longest time, this building has had a stairway up to the second floor that is just an invisible wall. Since the beginning of the fucking game. But, like I said I was going to do before, and completely forgot, I have Jean. So I might as well...
I am Jean, the Dandelion Knight, requesting approval to join your party. From this day onwards, my honor and loyalty lie with you.
Okay, yeah, I was actually doing it pretty well. Just a bit higher pitched. I am Jean, the Dandelion Knight, requesting approval to join your party.
I am Jean, the Dandelion Knight, requesting approval to join your party. From this day onwards, my honor and loyalty lie with you.
Yeah, close enough, I think. I also have Kaya.
Kaya, Knight of Favonius. Please allow me to join you on your journey. Guarding you on your journey sounds far more entertaining than any of the usual Favonius stuff.
Yeah, no, I've been getting him pretty well, too. Yeah, we can actually go upstairs. Okay, so that's where we need to go. Real fake door. Real fake door. Real fake stairs. Correct!
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Just doing your job, I see.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright, I have some work to do on my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Okay. That seems about right for his office.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Investigate the book. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Oh, okay, I can move around. Lockbox. That's open. A lockbox sits on the deck. A lockbox sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked most of the time. But now, the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining contents shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letter reads, "In addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane formation required for human transmutation." Oh. Formations in these records likely originate from the Conrian art of Chemia, but relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I've enclosed the records with this letter. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The signature belongs to an unfamiliar name, one that also appears on an alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. The person is likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle, someone who owed Albedo a favor, but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that? Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
Doesn't look good. This letter can't directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Test tube. There's a test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Also, where's the black powder? That's just orange. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to construct a stable structure.
Nope. No idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
Albedo's notes lie on the table. They resemble the ones you've seen before, but the contents are different this time. As always, the penmanship is impeccable, careful and neat, with a certain elegance in its uniformity, much like the man himself. One of the notes reads, "Putrefaction should be regarded as a counter-simulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient and destructive spell of rot. Upon use, the target will decay within an extremely short period of time, turning into dust that is nearly invisible to the naked eye before dissipating into the air." Got nothing to say about that, Paimon? This is still glowing. However, I think it's the last thing we have. After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Gia. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces a sufficient amount of life energy. When festering forces and a significant amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
Okay. Man, I have guesses, but I don't want to say them. The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. Okay. Oh, I didn't scroll down, and I could have scrolled down. Hold on. No. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least, what remains of one. Also, why is that clipboard floating?
Huh. What does this mean?
Could have been holding.
Do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found. Oh, Vent is calling! Let's answer!
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? You share what you learned. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhindotter's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rhindotter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you've just found, let's just say you could convince even those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked, and the notes also sounded like it. Listen, no, wait, that's not good. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I don't know, but I want to.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
There's still a guard out here who could have stopped you?
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Should we... Okay, we're doing that before we talk to Jean? Yeah. Hey, Wyrat. I didn't just stop Miles from listening in.
Since you have Master Jean's permission, you're free to invest.
Assuming this one's real fake as well. I thought I already unmarked those. Okay. Oh, good, it did actually mark it here. be interesting if we no longer felt the cold because we're attuned to the fire. We know that's not how it goes. Honestly, I should have brought Pyrohoricon back out here, and Malika can, for a short stint, ride her motorcycle up walls. Very short stint. Oh wait, it's this one. Oh, and we gotta...
We should be getting close.
Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. The hole is completely empty. The surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? If Albedo isn't the one responsible, why is this location marked in his notes? Okay, return to the Knights of Favonius. Didn't have to worry about the cold. I just walk for about 3 steps and cutscene again. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
Tell Gene about your findings from his office, and hopefully the other thing. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There's still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turned out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. He was listening in on this one too? Miles. What the fuck, dude? Wait until 2 days later. Am I going to be needed back here? In which case, I'm not even gonna bother moving.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Ah, you two. Let me know if you're ready, then we'll head out. Ready. I did just stand in one place for 2 days. Alright, follow me. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Miss Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kaya speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Miss Hertha, have the investigators found any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old. Marital status, single. Occupation, hunter. Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. Forgot I had to look up her voice too. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. DeLuke found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master DeLuke saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
Stalking DeLuke?
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master DeLuke. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master DeLuke in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
We kind of found the answer to that.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
Shh! The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. Oh. Since you uncovered the compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case, I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious, but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? And we went there already, didn't we? Arlok, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? And I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well? Yes. Can you tell us what you found? We describe the dug up hole. You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? Hey, we got one of these. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Second, we'll do it in order. Second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where Diluc saw Albedo bury a body of an adult mare. Diluc described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Diluc found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of the events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. Third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or any remains whatsoever. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness account suggests that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean he's the killer? So you have to associate the third mark location with, let's say, human remains. Difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked these 3 locations on the map and found the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seem big enough. But unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case with the other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole of the 3rd location had been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole of the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Most people know Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he's the Cried Prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold Rheindotter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon had been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Oh, now you remember this. I remembered it from the beginning. Wait a second. Someone who looks exactly like him. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. What does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo is trying to tell me now. I'd like to address the court if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that, after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case in the 3rd location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the 3rd location weren't fresh, which suggests the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there is still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Arlok.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out. There is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location, and the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Arlok's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant
He's
has
not
confessed to his
done.
crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber, Bennett, and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people.
He's
their
not
blood
done.
Is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
I'm simply not done. If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So, someone who happens to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? So I was right. It does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
What?
Wait, you...
The person who just
Oh!
Isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
Calmer looking Hertha. As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Quite. Order in the court! I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon, Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle and, with help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of... homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
Ooh, okay.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh? Oh,
Okay, bringing him in.
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here.
Oh, okay. Why, the nerves. I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability? A powerful life force. In appearance you can change at will, yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried that using that power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surrounded you will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go.
All the ones who are acting weird. And other people we don't know.
They're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away! Stop her! Don't let anyone stand in your way!
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Time to get moving, everyone!
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
Okay, I was right, but I didn't have all the details. It's time. All units, move out! Third company, keep on the imposter's trail! We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master Diluk picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Wow, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. Okay. So a lot of people were in on it already. And there's monsters in Mondstadt.
How are there monsters in the city?
They're all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not. We've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. So we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping... Excuse me. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
Oh yeah. Top of the city wall. Top of the city wall, huh? Oh, geez. A bit more than that. I'm not allowed to look at the map? It's not. Curious what's going on here.
Master Jean, headquarters should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Good. Our intel suggests the monsters from Dragonspine can be disguised as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution. Oh, and my divination revealed there's also regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters. Yes, so for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure to figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
Like, we haven't heard Mondstadt battle music in a while. Okay, cool. I think it's this one. Venti.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please! Someone help me!
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's gonna be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble. Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we're not here, you know. Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when the behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people, and eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms, and he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Yep, that's what I thought. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated the Doppelganger Whopperflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener. I remember. I'm glad. Then, you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whopperflower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day? Yes, that'd be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange? Those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control. It was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent. And thus, we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. We'll use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. Time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, you keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, you should do it. Oop, wind's picked up. Oh.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication!
That's cool.
How is that even possible?
Sounds like a radio, but okay. All thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
Didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice? Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness Arlok, Paimon, and Albedo found me. Get me out of a tough spot. Alright, now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Thanks, friend. May the Animo Archon protect you. Says the Animo. I've got things covered here. Ooh, Sucrose, what are you up to? Or is this just showing us our next destinations? Sucrose and then Kaya. I don't like being in the middle of this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Get back! Kaya and Diluc working together. Brothers actually doing good together for once. Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate the help. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. So yourself. All right, tell me. When did you notice something was off? First trial. Ah, because of the fake river? No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? Suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about it. Wish I had that sword. Cool one. Oh, nice! Oh, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing here?
Time for retribution!
Shit. Fuck you! Still on fire, so I should take this out. I could switch to Kaya, but honestly, you know what? Let's try and get some.
What's the hurry? Oh, so sorry.
Almost forgot about that ability.
Verdict is
Not the time I want the ice going around here. Also, I don't have a healer.
Fuck you. Is my Diluc stronger than the story one they're giving me? Hold on a second here. I just want to take a look. Yeah, because mine is level 80. I believe. Yeah? Yeah. The trial 161. You want to see with this, though. Increase attack on hit attacks against opponents with less than 30% health. Increase all party members' attack by 40 for 12 seconds. Interesting. And I think I actually have Kaya using the Favonius sword. At least my Kaya, I mean. But also... Yes, I do! Yeah, the trial one is stronger than mine.
They're over there! Dilu, Kaya!
If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Actually, that's the first time they revealed that info. We knew that Diluc was kind of being Batman and a mass vigilante at night, but didn't know he was the cavalry captain before Kaya. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, he's had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you for trusting me and choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work, as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. Look at, I didn't really have enough lines for the sarcasm. Ah, fish. Transition. Barbara and Rosario. Oh! Get close to the injured Knights of Favonius and use your name to Skull Hill. Alright.
I'll protect us.
Also, this is what she normally looks like. I have her in like her bathing suit outfit or something like that. Shit, almost. Such a long cooldown.
Let the show begin.
All right, you should be on the mat.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front lines, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time, so I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. catch you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting. So I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he is our authority in that region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city's going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please let them be okay out there. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Of course, I'm coming. Oh, nice. I had more time to think. Sister Grace sound like the Grace I know. They're here! Prepare for battle! On guard, everyone! Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock! Looks like we got 25 villagers, 2 blazing X meteorals, and a bunch of different slimes! Prepare elemental countermeasures! Roger that! We're fighting as them again. Oh, we're fighting as Amber? I don't know if I was supposed to stay out there or not, but we're down here now. Really?
Get him! Hey, go, bear!
Ow. Come on, blow him up.
Get him! I won't let you down!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ah, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you and you're none the wiser. Don't worry. Once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know, Ember? Well, then it seems Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. No need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Eula... that sounds like Eula, alright. She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best if someone well-known and reputable, without being too high-profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was a perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. That explains the rumor that someone had fallen during the mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. Jeez. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Wow, this has been going on a while.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth, it had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I have you to thank for that, Arlok. You probably didn't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning.
Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan.
And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This may not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover, someone willing to seek the truth. Actually, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Hertha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. A perfect time for us to strike.
Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing the best to look out for Mondstadt. Even though people were involved in the plan as it was, we had no other choice. The Honorary Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It's also should be thanking you, Honorary Knight.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Wait. Optional. Okay, so we got the Plaza, Angel Share, Cat's Tail, and Beneath the Windmill. Before we go to the side gate, which I believe... Side gate is there. Ah, see, that's the big one behind my head right there. Oh, hello over here. Step outside the courtroom, and this is the first thing I see. I'm not sure how much more I can take. I'm not brave enough.
Huh. I think you should give yourself more credit. You were brave enough to sit through the trial despite the nature of the allegations. That takes strength.
Deacon Talia! I didn't see you there.
Apologies. Rosaria asked me to come. With Albedo running around protecting the city, She was worried you might be alone. At a time like this, 2 is much better than 1. So let me help.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think Mrs. Rara even remembered me.
Of course she does. She spent all that time monitoring Albedo. It's only natural that she remembers his most dedicated student.
Oh, yeah. So after all this, I doubt Mr. Albedo's identity will be a secret, huh? Not to the higher-ups, at least.
As far as I know, he shared that information with close members of his order long before these events.
Huh?
Perhaps I spoke too soon. You do scare easily.
Sorry. I guess I didn't expect Mr. Albedo to just reveal it like that.
I'm sure he felt the time was right. Besides, you know the truth. I know the truth. It doesn't change anything, right?
When Mr. Albedo told me in the library a few days ago, I was pretty shocked. But more than that, I was amazed.
Not afraid?
No, not afraid. I trust in knowledge and science, and I trust in Mr. Albedo as a person. Just noticed, Deacon. There aren't any wind currents around us.
We lucked out on that front. Otherwise, that conversation would have been for the whole city to hear.
Huh? That's how it works? That could have been so embarrassing. Alright, so let's actually do the optional things this time. I didn't realize, because we had multiple locations before, and I didn't realize I had missed them. Let's get the options. Oh. Oh well. Oh shit. Oh wait. We also have Albedo and Noel here.
I must leave no stone unturned.
See? I wonder, is this the first time you guys have seen me actually fight as the Traveler's Pyro form? Hell, I barely do it on my own. I mostly have the Traveler in my party so that I can walk around as the main character. Thanks for the help. It was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have a lot of places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. Victory will be ours. It's our actual destination. Option. Let's go that way first. Oh, and I can heal now. Bennett and Vile.
Gotta say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here.
Looks like this person could use some help. We'll search for a place to keep civilians out of danger. This area appears secure, so remain here in the meantime. We'll be back with an update.
Sounds like a plan.
Guess we gotta find that. Probably gonna be the Cat's Tail's a safe location. Always love when they give us a good way to fly around the city. Yeah, these darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Albedo, Arlok, if you want anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them the Cat's Tail. I'll be here to watch over things so the tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diona. make sure to do just that. Okay. Well, let's go back the way we came first.
Albedo,
You can take her to the Cat's Tail. Deanna is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
got it. I'll take her there right away.
Okay. Now we got a place near our destination, and then our destination. Right, the bar. The razor. And Lisa.
It's you.
Brooke, everyone, we're here to help.
You're in for a little shock.
Wait, I have fire. Fire is probably better. Phew, it's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? No. Once in a while, maybe. It sure feels good to let loose. Yeah, my old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways. After all, mine is a gentle old man from the Spontamont School. So you see, this time I only used gentle methods of electrocution. So gentle, even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Oh well, it's good to move about every once in a while. And we just end it there. Okay. I believe that's it. Yeah, it is. Yula.
It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
What?
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? Tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Just tell us. Nothing to be afraid of.
Clea, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Clea is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright, fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
She's known for her speed. Don't worry, she's a knight in her own right. Also, she's laid bombs around the place.
Burst forth.
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She is not to be underestimated.
Those guys don't usually go down that fast.
We won!
Great work, Clea. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No
problem. Just leave it at Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right. So I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula would be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It'd be an honor. Klee will do her best. Look, if you remember what Klee sounded like, that surely wasn't accurate, but the annoyingness was. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone all right?
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back! Klee kept me Eula safe for the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one. I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. Arlok and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who's finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? You can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes! They really just... They really should have waited to release any new content until they got their voice actors back by agreeing to the voice actors' demands and giving them protections about AI. Protections from AI. But no, now I have to voice everything. Hi, everyone! Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Oh, well... Wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? No. Apologies, just forget I said anything. Just kidding, but you're right, it was tough out there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course! I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer Mother's only child. Or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found the fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
You gave this character so many lines without the voice actor being here. And he's the one who usually talks a bit monotone from what I remember, so I've had to do all of this monotonously, and you're boring me, game. Same feeling. It's close. Phonia. That's a new name. Ah, Miss Phonia. Here to make your report.
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance at the time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? And why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well because you're under Durin's influence. And you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. No. Ready for you. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Restless as a child. All right, the others are out looking after Phonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happens next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah, yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexenzirkel for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Oh, he's got a dad's humor. He's probably in his 40s to 60s. Indeed. Anyway, the Tripartite Conference is a gathering of 3 parties. The Hexenzirkel, the Animo Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Favonius. Isn't that technically 4? No. Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course. Arlok, pass me the Dota communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait, Barbados?
Larka? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka, you're probably busy right now.
But considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Yes. Well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Nope. Really, Varka got a voice? That's the first time we ever heard from him, I think.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the great tree of Windrise.
That seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine. It's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
You still remember the tripartite conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Favoni's investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexenzirkel.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
To you.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? Here is in this office.
Hello again, everyone.
I forgot she appeared like that! I was expecting a person! I forgot about her!
Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you've turned yourself into a giant dodeco.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexenzirkel, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Ah, the long table.
That's nice of you.
Huh, I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there.
Let's dance.
Good.
Nah, we'll just go. None of them have voices.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here some...
Minnie Durin! I sort of remember you.
Hey, not so loud!
Minnie Durin? What are you doing here?
Oh, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast.
You were there?
Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now. I kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
Paimon! He's here for this purpose. Come on.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. That's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who's revived and brought into this world.
Wait, did Didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry. I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
So that's the human transmutation. So you're Albedo's intended subject.
Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin.
Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form.
I know. Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like. I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid to change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon, becoming human, both sound pretty meaningful to me. But don't worry, no one's forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. I'm kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me he's the Kryta Prince, a synthetic human. If this works, I'll be one too. We'll be the only two of our kind in the whole world. Alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family.
Definitely. You've just got to trust one another.
This voice I've been using for him doesn't feel out of place, but I'm not really remembering his storyline too much, though they've brought up the storybook, so that's helped. And I wonder if before he became this form, I was using a deeper voice for him, because he is a form of the dragon Durin, right? But I wonder if it would be strange to have a deeper voice come out of this body.
Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hat Guy know about this?
Hat Guy?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this, duty. He didn't try to stop me, he just told me to get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks.
Ugh. Location indicated by Alice. Yeah. Oh, I guess we have to leave first. Ugh. That voice also takes a toll on my throat. Oh, right, the way to get there is through the library. Forgot about that. Oh no. This is also the room we go to for the Imaginarium Theater. Party configuration cannot be changed during the Hex and Circles trial. Please choose a suitable party in advance. Recommending Hydro and Cryo. This is where the Imaginarium Theater is, which I have not done since the first time it appeared. Recommending Cryo. Grab this. Fend off the monsters from the snowy mountain together with your companions.
Okay. After. While I... So, my normal setup, as you can see, when I'm out of Natlan at least, is main character, range, healing, DPS. Diluc does the most damage out of all the characters I have, despite the fact that I tried getting Moika up to his level. Moika is level 80, I believe, but still doesn't do quite as much damage. I wish he would. Maybe it was a weapon thing, I don't know. I tried equipment, but she wouldn't take the stuff from him. I don't know. And that's why I would replace Yoimiya with Moika when I'm in Natlan, because her stuff was more important than the Archer most of the time. Now, if I need to add in Cryo, I know who I want to choose. The question is who I want to replace. Because she could also, like, sword character, so putting her here would make sense. But I don't want to lose walking around as the Traveler. Since he's actually been doing a little bit of damage. We'll switch out Yoimiya, I think. Just in case Ayaka
I
doesn't...
await your instruction.
Like, we have her for the element. Have him for the damage. And for the story. And her for the healing. Chess.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So, no unspoken rules we should be aware of? I don't want to unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. As she left, there really would... If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. Oh. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Durin in Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexen Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Marjavari. Marjavari, I think is how you pronounce it. Immortal monster? We've heard a lot about the Marjavari, but have never gone there yet. I think there's a good chance that if they want to stretch out the game even more, that will likely be the next big location before they give us Snezhnaya.
Interesting. What else?
The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Rhindaughter.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Correct. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I've spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulanka. It was created by mages from the Hexenzirkel, so I'm sure you know of it. Did I stream Simulanka? I don't remember. I feel like that was an event. We might also still be able to go back there.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see.
There we go. It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul Em had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, and the monster remnants from the Mare Javari, and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
You see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Arlok to come along. Wait, I'm joining you in this thing? Not even gonna try to talk me into it. I can think of no better partner for such an endeavor.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
What if I technically count as 4 people?
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Oh, this is like the second time in recent memory that Paimon had to stay behind for something.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course. Let's do this. You ready, Arlok? Just about?
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
This is bound to be interesting. Whoa! Or are we just playing chess? Oh, of course. It's certainly in keeping with Hexenzirkel modalities. We've been shrunken down to chess piece size.
Whoa,
Oh, that was me.
so tiny now.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual when I'm at this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. I like that they're actually giving us lines here. For the main character. Don't worry. We'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
My party, at least. Oh, shit. Chess game, King Peace.
Live!
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Feel this ancient power.
Wait, they got some of Albedo's lines in here?
I'm flying!
Burst forth! Moment of birth! Burst forth! Witness my great undertaking!
Got him.
Witness my great undertaking!
Oh, Queen Peace. Already quite damaged. This is fun.
Feel
No,
this
move.
ancient power!
Alright. We should have gone for the Traveler for the final hit. Ooh! It's a full cutscene.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
No? This one doesn't seem like Alice.
Well done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Oh, this will be fun. Nice. You okay? Nope. Okay. Chess pieces again. Here we go, now they have faces. Of course the king is a giant sword.
The trial awaits.
It's fun. But it's just gonna be the same fight, isn't it?
Only by
Except
turning
they're
the
people now.
world on its head can we see its true colors. So, it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to run. So, in the spirit of Rhine-daughter, I prepared
Barbalon
a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbalon, to some justice to you.
It is time!
Oh, Albedo, you're always so
frozen.
charming and delightful.
Ceremony!
Unlike my...
Feel this ancient power! Come into being!
I'm trying to freeze him here.
I have dishonored
Oh shit, okay. Well, guess what? You're back.
Let the show begin.
Witness my great undertaking. Live.
So that's... Okay, I might change up his voice now that we're actually doing it.
Allow me, my darling. Feel this ancient power. Ow! A little too toasty.
Oh, change.
My apologies.
Ascended King and Sublimated Queen. King's down.
The final act is upon us.
Well, Purgus game.
Yes, very well done.
We did it.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest. Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie? You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
That was fun. Bit frustrating in the battle, to be honest. But
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
thank you. Felt pretty good to beat the trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free. We'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the Dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed. The sooner we deal with Durin, the better. This is interesting. What? My party back. I like Ayaka, but I need my range.
We're companions! Hooray!
Alright. Been a while since I've been here. If there's rhyme over there, I thought I broke all of it. Or did that one come back? Good chance it was just one that restores itself.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
We've arrived. Sorry, Paimon, I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me. You two stay on guard.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may?
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creatures. Creations. But biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. Then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I am the only one of my kind. But soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replicate the Durin of Dragon's Might. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future, and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That, primarily, is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life which the world cannot generate endogenously? Yeah, I think that's it. Is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. Ooh, that's a good line. I think. It might also be the line of a supervillain. Hard to tell. It's not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's to say that this is just a science experiment. To me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough. Thank you. Finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I just remove the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. Okay then. It's actually empty now. This rock that once looked like a heart has lost its power and descended into a solemn silence. Oh no! It won't be able to absorb any vitality like this. Let's go report back to Orban, Arlak. Orban. I know there was like a little bit of side content concern with this, but I forget who it was. Or who Orban is to talk to about it. Time we stop. Song that always gets stuck in my head. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourselves.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day of. Also, is the festival not canceled because of all of this? Days later, but probably not out here, so we're gonna at least run into the main square. I think I'll grab my commission rewards.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Pass the trial set by the Exon Circle. Same time. I wanted to go till sunrise, but I guess not. Oh, I mean, we still could, I guess.
The Windbloom Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
Come take a look.
Maybe I should have gone till daytime. Oh. What's that saying inside? Story gate. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Let's give a round of applause to this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Bard.
Wow! Amazing! Venti!
Really? Huh? No way, you're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away. Don't go away. Gather round. Lend me your ears. Should have kept it going till daytime. Oh well. Did we get an actual song? His character isn't voiced. Or you want to make me sing it? I don't know the tune. Okay, that part, so I'm glad it's nighttime. Nope, they gave it no lyrics. Hereby exercise the prayer of formation. Oh, we're starting? Ooh. Oh! Yo! Ubiquitous earth, flowing water, refining fire, fortifying wind.
traverse the 18th worldly and 20th passage. Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. Oh, he was in his office at the time. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. Oh, sages, witness my grand endeavor. Plays during the light show. How was it? Not bad, right? Not quite human, huh? I guess he was on the roof right above his office.
Albedo, how did everything go?
Very smoothly, I'd say. We achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini During looks like a human now?
Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I even think she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
Who do you think? My master and mother, Gold Rhine-daughter. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance. Find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves!
Something tells me that wasn't actually what she meant. There's a whole thing... Oh, fucking bot in chat. There's a whole thing about finding the truth of this world. We've already seen a crack in the false sky. So I'm really curious where all that goes. But that's apparently not what he interpreted that as. Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message he wanted to get across to me. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choice a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brothers enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, you will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend the flower beds, and now I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face, but if the Exenzirkel knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Nibarius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. And if so, then I am truly happy for her. She didn't have a penchant for madness, you know. Didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know. Also, Nibarium? Is this something we learned before?
devouring Nefarious.
Never mind.
What's Nefarious?
It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
I had the same reaction, but I decided to let Paimon speak for me. Aunt Alice told me of it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I know is this. Nefarious is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Nefarious are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal, and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you. I'll get going.
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Want to take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom now, could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? It's quite fitting. I like it. The true feelings of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze. Perfect for the season. Arlok, give me your hand. Huh? The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Exenzirkel wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind. A secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you. So no need to open it right away.
Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one. The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who can make use of something like this, so I suppose it belongs to you. All right, thanks. Ah, well, all I did was deliver it. Although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal, I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Really? I'll hold you to that, you know. No going back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. I mean, I can fly, but still, it's like this festival was made for me or something. And no love remains for the songs to tell. The world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows so cold he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness wanted and faded into night, as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. Horologism complete. Okay, is there going to be a follow-up? Horologism. They never really defined that word, did they? Okay. Yeah, looks like no follow-up. We actually completed it within my normal time. Go. Since we just offered to get him a drink, we might as well go and check to see if he's actually there. Follow up. Yeah, that was a really cool storyline. I'm not expecting it. But we can check. We got six-fingered Jose. Everyone here is a normal attendance. I don't remember you.
No, he's just talking. Just a normal character. I did not expect this to be so long. It's like, oh, I've never seen you before. No, he's been there the whole time, just probably only appears at night. Okay, well. Wait. What's this? Oh, we actually get one of these for once. Ah, good. Let's be here. Before we go, because we do technically have like 20 minutes left in stream, so I don't need a rush. Ah, is that all I get? Oh, wait. Surprised that didn't give us 10. No, we need 160. So that's not enough. Still wouldn't be enough to get the wish. Well, if we're done with this, I no longer need to be in Mondstadt. Yeah, look at this map, though. Notice all the 100%s. Fail. I'm still laughing at this. It's like, okay, we had this big open space in the middle of all these countries. What do? It's just going to be water. There's going to be an ocean, a sea with a single island. However, from Petrichor, we dive down here and end up in the Fated Castle. So there's a whole underground. Both are correct. Underwater and underground portion. But it's still only this much on the map. Of course, there's a giant-ass desert. Which had a lot there. And also a lot of empty space. And then, of course, our newest area of Natlan. Which, yeah, they added this little island over here most recently just for a, boss battle that I haven't fought yet. A lot of the newer bosses I haven't fought yet. This one either, I think. The lava dragon statue. I don't know who needs those parts. Yeah. You know what? We have a few minutes left. I'm going to show you what's inside the ancient sacred mountain. However, we're going to show you from up here. Because in order to get in there, we had to make our way all the way up here on top, floating over the top of the volcano. Then take one of these guys to go down. Look at that. Notice the red around the screen. It's not doing anything to us because we're in this form. I don't know if I'm centered. It doesn't feel centered. Whee! Into the volcano! Oof. It was a much bigger entrance the first time, of course. And we watched this phlogiston kind of go through these channels. Look up. There's the light. I'm gonna be in Natlan again. I should bring Moika back into the party. I'm going to.
Archon reporting for battle.
I might as well go around us her a bit.
Let's ride.
I don't know how much I've shown of her to you guys. Look at this. Fucking impressive, isn't it? Deal with all these secret source mechanisms going around. Look at that. And of course, we're within the volcano, so the sky is fake, as you can tell from the giant holes in the sides of it. And I believe this is a wall here, so jump through it. But we can make our way outside to show you the other part of this. We had to go around exploring here in order to kind of reactivate it. And as we discovered, provide power for first this thing in the center here. You can see the 3 pillars around it that have been lit up. We're gonna do this. So we went around activating this, dealing with dragons or dragon source things. Then we can take the elevator down to the next section. Through the layer of clouds. To more! Look at this. No, we can't jump. Also got to ride those dragons around a bunch. But I believe I'll look off this way and show it to you. We have the album cover for the soundtrack for this section. Also, these little dragon guys were way. So talk to that one again. Yeah, this was the album cover for the soundtrack. Oh, it's so cool. Say what you want about Genshin Impact, but holy shit, they went off of the aesthetics. New data recovery category detected. Initial data detected. All data entries have been added. Thank you for your help. I have recalled my name via the retrieved data. Oh, I didn't talk to him after we completed the stuff here, so... At the time, my creator, Lord Shukoto, was exhibiting signs of memory degradation and distortion, and the kinsman he cherished most had already severed ties with him. Perhaps he meant to fill the void left by one who had accompanied him since birth, and thus, on the day I was created. Then you shall be Kukulkan. I imagine that fellow could hardly care less about that. Oh. I think we know that name. As such, I am not a nameless secret source servant. Rather, my name is Kukulkan. Do you have any queries? So we could do this and go through the different parts, but I think I'm not going to bother reading all of that to you guys, because I don't think you have the full context. But know that this was a really cool area to go through. Like, our first destination was down below. There's a whole building inside of here, too. There's a lot of lava, or as they call it, liquid phlogiston. A lot of dragon stuff. All the... Pretty much everyone in the ancient dragon race either devolved into Saurians, or they became phlogiston entities, pretty much uploading their consciousness to a like central drive. And the idea was, all right, here was the machine they all worked on. It will do the same thing and digitize everyone in Natlan and then possibly the world. By turning everyone into phlogiston. Oh shit. Oh, I saved it. Cool. Also, yes, she's using the fish. That was, I think, the best fit aside from what I have for Doppelganger. Yeah, I have gone around and collected every chest and everything I could possibly get in here. So, I just wanted to show you guys, at least a bit. Oh, there is one other thing that I could show you. Should we walk there? Walk, I say, when truth is more like glide. We had to go all the way down here. We were supposed to have followed one of those dragon things down here, but instead I waited until I did other stuff first. We go even deeper. As you can see on the mini-map, that's already changed. And this was purple when we first got here because it was corrupted by the abyss. But we had to go and free up these little suns around here. And holy shit, look at this. Impressive. It was pretty much a big battle, I guess. The sky is different down here. Let's see what happens if I actually go to the center, which we can't do from up here. Apparently there was a limit from the top. They probably just don't want me going on there. I interact with this. I can? Wait, why can I do this again? We fought a boss here. Big old dragon thing. Are they going to allow me to replay it? We can actually go here as the Traveler? We went around this place as Gojira, as our little Saurian companion. This is the Doomsday Machine. I didn't expect they'd allow us to come back.
Let's ride.
Now I want to see what'll happen if we go to the end of it. That didn't last. We walked around here. There was a huge cutscene talking with the ancient dragon who was leading us on this journey in the first place. Apparently it was kind of a bit of a, I won't say a trap, but he was trying to bring a Saurian and a human here. Specifically to get the Saurian here. The human had to get them in. The Saurian had to do the deed.
Let's ride.
All the way up here, activating the something array. I'm forgetting what it's called. See if it tells us. Nope. Can't interact with this anymore. Guess it broke. It was pretty much that thing. Saying like, oh, it's charged. We need 3 confirmations in order to actually use it. And I did the whole dramatic thing of, yes, yes, no! Apparently, if you do all yeses, it just is a doomsday scene, and then you think back to, oh, what could the other decision? What would the other decision be? So you do have to say no to actually. Didn't think so. I didn't realize they'd allow us to come back here. That's cool. But there's no reason to stay. Interesting. Brought the map all the way up here. Despite us having started here. I guess we're dead center in the map. Pretty much. Interesting. Well, right now I'm going to go back here and we are going to end stream. This'll do. Okay. And tomorrow we'll be starting a new game. I think it's going to be Blueprints. I'm not actually sure. I don't remember if I had something else on the docket first, but I think it's going to be Blueprints. It'd be interesting to actually play a new and well-regarded game. Or popular. That's the word I was looking for. A new and popular game. We often play new games if it's something big I already knew I wanted to play and pre-ordered, and we were able to play it when it came out. But this is different. I didn't know I wanted to play it until after it was already out. So let's see who's online. Oh, a bunch of people tonight. Let's send y'all to Lannipator. Playing some Doom the Dark Ages. Ripping and tearing on a Sunday evening. Alright, send y'all over there. And tomorrow we start a new game, so until next time, this is the Pirate King signing off. Have a good night.